Hello everyone, glad to be back. Today is 7th of February, now it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon Moscow time. I'm Levan Gudadze and this is new episode of Headlines, short summary of the news that I will report about in my second update on a Patreon page. Hopefully you will find these headlines interesting and maybe you will join our community on Patreon. That will be a great support for this project. Of course, and well, without wasting time, let's go through the headlines. RIA Novosti's report that Kremlin officially confirmed interview of Russian President Vladimir Putin with US journalist Tucker-Carlson. So we have official confirmation. Dmitry Peskov made comment on it. And well, we also have information from RT that Elon Musk responds to calls for Tucker-Carlson's arrest. Well, Musk made statement that anyone demanding that the journalist be detained for interviewing Vladimir Putin should themselves be arrested. Well, no one should be arrested for journalism, and no one should call for arrests of journalists just because they are doing the job. I mean, it's so simple. But anyway, let's continue RT's report with the headline that Russia strikes Ukrainian defense industry facilities. According to Russian Defense Ministry, this information is about today morning's massive strikes of Russian armed forces with missiles and drones against logistical and military infrastructure of Kiev regime. All the details, of course, about every single news here in second update. TASS news agencies report that Russian armed forces secure delegation of IAEA and head of this organization, Rafael Grossi, while they were visiting Zaporozhye nuclear power plant few hours ago. RIA Novosti's report that Ukraine's Rada, which is parliament, voted in the first reading for a controversial bill, draft for a bill about mobilization. Opposition parties did not vote for this bill. Just members of a ruling party. RIA Novosti's report that Medvedchuk, Ukrainian oligarch and leader of opposition platform for life, Viktor Medvedchuk made a statement that Zelensky is buying additional houses and mansions and most likely getting ready to flee Ukraine. Okay, what a surprise, what a surprise. TASS news agencies report that according to head of EU's diplomacy, Josep Borrell, the Europarliament will vote for allocation of 50 billion euros for Ukraine before end of February. Also not really surprise. TASS news agencies report that Switzerland invited China for a meeting about Ukraine and Ukraine's formula for peace, which is a dead initiative of Zelensky. And I don't know what China will do. Maybe Chinese delegation will be sent in Switzerland to participate in this totally irrelevant discussion about this Zelensky's fantasies, more known as a formula for peace. But Moscow already made a statement in regard to Switzerland and said that Switzerland in no way can be seen as a neutral negotiator or neutral mediator, because the Swiss government already proved with their actions that they are part of the problem and they are active member of anti-Russian coalition, which is absolutely true, by the way, like it or not. But I don't think many countries in this world are still considering Switzerland as a really neutral state. Anyway, let's continue. RT's report that ex-Russian president and current deputy chairman of Security Council warns NATO of apocalypse. Well, Medvedev is, I'm talking about Dmitry Medvedev, of course, and he is quite often very strong in his choosing of words, especially when he comments something about Western ruling elites, Western ruling class and their policies. He had a very interesting statement, by the way, and of course I will share more information in the second update on my Patreon page. RT's report that Houthi rebels or Ansar Allah movement of Yemen fired multiple missiles at the ships in the Red Sea, and this was confirmed, by the way, by US military, this information. So it definitely factual if we will say that US and UK strikes on Houthi rebels or Ansar Allah movement did not really de-escalate, did not really help to de-escalate in the region. Exactly opposite is happening, and that was quite expected. TASS news agencies report that in Japanese Fukushima 1 nuclear power station, water spill happened of radioactive water, and some 5.5 tons of this radioactive water went to the ocean, although Japanese experts are saying that significant part of that contaminated water was absorbed by ground and did not really reach ocean. Well, unfortunate news, of course. And TASS news agencies report that Japan continues to seek a World War II peace treaty with Russia, according to Prime Minister. Lately, this is second time when Fumio Kishida, Prime Minister of Japan, made statements about peace treaty with Russia. I don't know what's happening in Tokyo, but well, they had a chance to achieve some sort of agreement with Russia, including peace treaty, some time ago. But right now Japan is in anti-Russian coalition, so I don't think there is any realistic chance that Moscow and Tokyo will find a common ground on any of the topics, any of the major topics, and especially on the peace treaty. TASS news agencies report that Azerbaijan is holding today early presidential elections. This is important because Azerbaijan is one of the important regional countries, of course, not just in South Caucasus region, but in Asia, Middle East, and Europe, let's say, because of richness of Azerbaijan with its oil and gas reserves. RT's report that Finland avoiding dialogue, according to Moscow. Maria Zakharova made quite strong statements in regard of latest development in the relationship between Finland and Russia, and Russian ambassador in Finland, Pavel Kuznetsov, made a statement that Finnish government and the militaries provide Kiev regime with the military aid for 1.6 billion euros, which is quite a lot, and not really friendly step towards Russia. Of course, all the details in second update. Then RT's report that Russian seaborne oil shipments rebound, according to Bloomberg. Interesting. Also RT that EU states buying Russian energy on the sly, according to statements from Moscow, from high-ranking Russian official. And finally, RIA Novosti's report that according to media reports, one of the key financial institutions of China, one of the key banks that was used during the trade between Russian and Chinese companies, refused to provide services to its Russian clients. Some media reports that this is due to upcoming Chinese New Year and long holidays, although some media outlets and experts are pointing out that Chinese financial institutions most likely are afraid of secondary sanctions from US and the collective West for working with Russian businesses, basically, which most likely is true. But I'm quite sure businesses of two sides will find some alternative ways to continue cooperation. And well, this is it for this short video. Hopefully you will find the headlines interesting, and if so, and informative, and if so, please click that like button, leave some commentary just about anything, any topic, and share links to my videos or my channel on both platforms, by the way, on Rumble and YouTube, with your friends on any of the platforms that you are active on. And well, if you think this project with several channels, several programs are interesting, useful, informative, and deserves to exist in this field of news and political commentary, please consider to support my work with small donations, through PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or by subscribing to my Patreon page. You can see links under this video in the description box or in the pinned comment. This is it for now. In the end, I will remind you, if I made that today evening, I will have in about hour's time second update on my Patreon, first of all, and then today about 9 o'clock Moscow time, 9 o'clock this evening Moscow time, I will have a live stream on my Rumble channel with the Telegram Reports program. I hope to see you there. So, well, this is it for now. Have a great day and take care.